Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Chauhan. I am assistant professor in Suresh Gyan Vihar School of Pharmacy, which is in your Suresh Gyan Vihar, which is a part of your Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. And here we are going to discuss about the aromatic amines, that what are the aromatic amines, the method of preparation, their chemical reactions, and these aromatic amines come in your pharmaceutical organic chemistry second. That comes in your third semester of your B pharmacy. And here, the learning objective of this topic, the aromatic amines, is your here we are going to study about the method of preparation of aromatic amines, and also we are going to learn about the chemical reaction of aromatic amines. So here we are going to study about the method of preparations of aromatic amines, means how the aromatic amines are prepared on the lab scale or in your industrial scale, and how the aromatic amines, when reacting with any reagent, then then what product will be formed from this aromatic amines. So here the student outcome, the student will be going to know about the aromatic amines, that what are the aromatic amines, how they are prepared on the industrial scale or in the lab scale, in a small scale, and they will also going to know about the products. They are the products that form from this aromatic amines. Means here, when this aromatic amine is going to react with the reagent in the presence of some catalyst or without catalyst, or in some presence of some reagent only, at a different temperature, means at a high temperature, at low temperature, or in some tubes, and the product formed from this aromatic amine. And similarly, these when they are prepared in the industrial or in the ability scale, there is also a need of a catalyst, or it can be prepared in the absence of a catalyst, or in a high temperature or a low temperature. It can be prepared. And thirdly, we are also going to know about the synthetic use of this aryl diazonium salt. Here, this is also a part of this amine, and here we are going to know about the how these are produced synthetically, and what are the uses of this aryl diazonium salt synthetically. How the synthetic use of the what are the synthetic uses of this aryl diazonium salt. So this is the student outcome, and this is the learning objective of this topic, this aromatic amine. Next, preparation of amines. Means here in our last lecture, we have already studied about the what are the aromatic amines, what are the types of aromatic amines, and means their primary, secondary, tertiary, and uh, uh, what uh, what is its basicity, and what are the effect of the basicity, a substituent on the basicity of this alkyl amine. If any substituent is attached on this aromatic amine, then what will be the basicity of that alkyl amine. So here, on that lecture, on the last lecture, we have already studied about this effects of aromatic amines, its types, its nomenclature. Also, we have discussed this, how we can name it according to the common system and according to the IUPAC system. So here we are going to. So here we today we are going to study about the method of preparations of this aromatic amine, in the aliphatic as well as in the aromatic, and though the first is your alkylation of ammonia. So in your alkylation of ammonia, you can see here the name alkylation of ammonia. It means here in ammonia there will be a addition of this alkyl group. That is why the name here written alkylation of. That is why the name given it alkylation of ammonia. So alkyl amines here, primary, secondary, or tertiary, are prepared by heating alkyl halide with ethanolic solution of ammonia in a sealed tube at 100 degrees centigrade. If ammonia is used in excess, primary amine is the major product. Here, we have taken, we are going to prepare here the alkyl amines, which can be primary, secondary, or tertiary. So here the primary means if on the ammonia one hydrogen is replaced by the one alkyl group, that will be a primary amine. Secondary means if the two hydrogen is replaced by the two alkyl groups, then that is your secondary alkyl amine. And in the tertiary, if the three hydrogens are removed, or you can say replaced by this alkyl group, then it will be your tertiary alkyl amine. So here this primary, secondary, and tertiary can be prepared by this alkylation of ammonia method, and they are prepared by heating this alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means here alkyl which is having a halogen. Halide means halogen. Halogen can be your iodine, bromine, chlorine, fluorine. So here, when these halogens are attached to any alkyl group, then they are known as alkyl halide. So here we are heating this alkyl halide with the ethanolic solution of ammonia. Here the ammonia ethanolic solution, we have added ethanol also in it, ammonia. So here in our this alkyl halide is heated with ethanolic solution of this ammonia in a sealed tube. In a sealed tube. That means the tube is sealed and at 100 degrees centigrade. Here the temperature is 100. This is a high temperature. So at 100 degrees centigrade, if this alkyl halide is heated with this ethanolic solution of ammonia in a sealed tube at 100 degrees centigrade, then Celsius, or you can say Celsius also, if ammonia is used in excess. So here these primary, secondary, or tertiary can be prepared by heating this alkyl halide with the ethanolic solution of ammonia in a sealed tube at 100 degrees centigrade. And if this ammonia is used in excess, if the ammonia solution is excess, means if it is enlarged, then the primary amine is the major product. It means there will be a formation of this primary amine, and this will be a major product in this reaction. So here you can see we have taken the example of this Rx. This is the formula. This Rx means alkyl halide, and we are heating this with this ethanolic solution of this ammonia at 100 degrees centigrade, and there is a formation of this primary amine, because one alkyl group is attached with this ammonia ring. You can see here one H is displaces. So here this primary amine is formed, and here this NHB NH4 X means here that halogen. So here this halogen is added. Here we have taken the two molecules. So one molecule from the one molecule which is added to this alkyl group, and the second molecule to the second molecule, one hydrogen from the first molecule, and this halogen is added to this second molecule. That is why it is NH4X. This is a quaternary salt. Yes. And if this ethyl bromide, this is your ethyl, because here two carbon is present, that is why it is known as ethyl bromide. And this ethyl bromide is heated with this ammonia solution, ethanolic ammonia, and we have taken here 2 moles of ammonia, and you can see 1 mole of ammonia is heated with the is get attached with this alkyl, and there is a formation of this alkyl amine. And this second mole of this ammonia, that is having 1 H from the primary, first mole of ammonia, and Br will get attached to it. Then there is a formation of this NH4Br. So here primary amine produced during the reaction is itself a good nucleophile, and it competes with ammonia. So here you can see here this alkyl primary amine itself acts as a nucleophile. And here it is for this reason that a mixture of primary and secondary amine is produced. So here you can see that that is why here a mixture of this primary and the secondary amine is produced. So here we have taken this 1-chlorooctane. This is your alkyl halide, 1-chlorooctane plus ammonia. You can see ammonia, and when we are going to heat it, then there is a formation of this octyl amine. See here, this alkyl group is attached to this amine. That is why it is known as octyl amine. And this is a mixture. This is a mixture of two. This is a secondary amine and this is a primary amine, because here only one hydrogen is present. That is why it is a secondary amine. So here you can see N-dioctyl amine is formed, and here octyl amine is your primary and the N-dioctyl amine is your secondary. So here that is why it is a reason that a mixture of this primary and secondary amine is produced here. Next is your, if alkyl halide is used in Axis, if this alkyl halide is used in Axis, then primary amine formed further react with alkyl halide to form secondary, tertiary, and finally quaternary ammonium salt. This reaction is known as Hoffmann ammonolysis of alkyl halide. So if we take alkyl halide in an Axis, then primary amine, this primary amine is formed, and this primary amine is further reacted with this alkyl halide, and there is a formation of the secondary, tertiary, and finally quaternary ammonium salt. And this reaction is known as your Hoffmann ammonolysis of alkyl halide. So here you can see alkyl halide is getting reacted with this ammonia, and there is a formation of this intermediate. After that, there is this there is a this OH negative get reacted, and there is a formation of this RNH2, because here one H is removed from here, and it from here the H2O is evolved out from here, and from here you can see the RNH2 is again reacted with this RH, because it is present in an Axis. This alkyl halide is used in Axis amount. That is why again it reacted, and there is a formation of the secondary amine. So firstly primary amine is formed, secondary amine is formed, and if again this alkyl halide is heated, this reacted, because it is in Axis amount, then this tertiary tertiary alkyl is formed, alkyl amine is formed. After that again this RX is alkyl halide is reacted with this, and there is a formation of this quaternary ammonium salt is formed. Okay, and this reaction is known as Hoffmann ammonolysis. And here we have taken the example of this ethyl bromide, which is the alkyl halide, and it is reacted with this ammonia in the presence of this ethanolic solution. And here you can see this HBr is removed. HBr is removed, and there is a formation of this ethyl amine, which is your primary amine. After that, again the alkyl halide is reacted with this, and there is a formation of the secondary alkyl amine, and then again this secondary amine alkyl halide, alkyl amine. This is your ethyl amine, and after that again from here this H is removed, and this H will get reacted with this Br, and there is a formation of this tertiary amine, because again here you can see this alkyl halide is heated with this diethylamine. So here three primary, secondary, and tertiary. And here after that again this alkyl halide is reacted, and there is a formation of this ammonium tetraethyl ammonium bromide. So here this is a quaternary ammonium salt, which is finally formed from this, and this reaction is known as your Hoffmann ammonolysis of alkyl halide. Secondly, reduction of nitrile. So here you can see another important method for the preparation of primary, secondary amine involves reaction of nitrile with hydrogen, and in the presence of a catalyst. This is your catalyst nickel. Usually Rene nickel, the reaction involves addition of two molecules of hydrogen. Two molecules of hydrogen is added to it across the triple bond, and leading to the generation of primary amine. So here you can see if these two molecules of this hydrogen, here we will take the two molecules of hydrogen, and there this will add to the H2 here added and H2 here added. So here there is a formation of this alkyl amine. Here we have taken the example of this acetonitrile, and acetonitrile is heated in the presence of two molecules of hydrogen in the presence of this catalyst nickel, and there is a formation of this ethyl amine. Next is the reduction of nitrile can also be carried out with sodium alcohol, Mendes reaction, or lithium aluminum hydride. So here you can see there we have taken here example acetonitrile, and this acetonitrile we have taken here ethanol. This is ethanol and sodium. sodium is present. So this is your Mendes reaction because we have taken your sodium as well as your alcohol. So here there is a formation of this ethylamine, which is your primary amine. And you can see here butyronitrile, when is carried out reaction with this lithium aluminum hydride, then there is a formation of this amine. That this is also your primary amine, that is your butane 1 amine. Next is your reaction of azides. So here in your reaction of azide, alkyl azides on reduction, here on alkyl azide on reduction yield alkyl amines. So here you are getting a alkyl amine. So here in this, the reduction, this reduction reaction can easily be carried out by a variety of reagents, including this lithium aluminum hydride. This is your catalyst, you can say, and this method involves converting alkyl halide to alkyl azide and then reducing the azide to primary amine by treating it with sodium and alcohol or lithium aluminum hydride. So here you have seen that here we have taken alkyl halide and we are treating it with this azide and ion. This is your azide ion. Okay, and after that there is a formation of this alkyl azide. So here this alkyl gets attached to this nitrogen and there is a formation of this alkyl azide. After that we are treating it with this Mendes reaction, that is your sodium and ethanol, and there is a formation of this primary amine. And here we have taken an example. This is your ethyl chloride, and we are reacting it with this Na and N3. This is a Na3, and from here this NaCl get removed out, and there is a formation of this azeoethane. There, and after that the formation of this azeoethane, again we are reacting in the presence of this Na C2H5OH. This is the Mendes reaction, and there is the formation of this ethanamide, which is your primary amine. Next is your reductive amination. So here in this reductive amination, you will see the reduction of amine derivatives of aldehydes or ketone to amine is commonly known as reductive amination. Reductive amination means here reduction of this amination of this aldehyde or ketone. This is your ketone. Amine derivatives of this aldehyde or ketone to amines. These are formed to amines. This is known as reductive amination. So here you can see this from this aldehyde or ketone, when these are reacting with this this ammonia, then there is a formation of this amine. After that there is a reduction in that, and there is a formation of this amine. So this is known as your reductive amination, because here the reduction of amines which are formed from this aldehyde or ketone, after get reduced, they are forming this amine. So the overall reaction involves the conversion of the carbonyl compound. Here this is a carbonyl compound which is getting reduced to your amines, and these are referred to as Schiff base. And these are referred to as Schiff base, and resulting in the formation of, here it is resulting in the formation of carbon and nitrogen bond. So here there is a formation of the carbon and nitrogen bond followed by this reduction of amine. So here there is a reduction of this amine, and reduction of amine is achieved by this amine reduction is achieved by a catalyst, and that catalyst is your that catalyst can be your lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, or you can say the sodium cyanoborohydride or sodium and alcohol, or by a catalytic hydrogen. So here we have taken a catalytic hydrogenation. After that there is a reduction occurs, and there is a formation of this amine. So here in this reductive amination means there is a reduction of this amine which is derived derivative of this aldehyde and ketone, which is get reduced to form a amine, and this whole process is known as your reductive amination. And in this overall reaction involved in this reaction, what is happening? There is a reduction of this carbonyl compound. This carbonyl compound is reduced to a amine, which is referred to as Schiff base. This referred to as a Schiff base. and there is a resulting in the formation of, and after that there is a resulting in the formation of this carbon and nitrogen bond. Here you can see a carbon and nitrogen bond is formed, and here which is followed by the reduction to amines. So here a carbon and nitrogen bond. Here there is a conversion from this carbonyl compound to this imine, which is forming a carbon and nitrogen bond, which is a skiff base. This is refers to as your skiff base. And after that, this is reduced. Reduction means there is an addition of the hydrogen. So here there is a reduction of this amine to your amines. And the reduction of imine can be achieved by the presence of the catalyst, and these catalysts can be your lithium aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride, or sodium or ethanol, or sodium cyanoborohydride, or you can say a catalytic hydrogenation. This reduction can be happen, and this is known as your reductive amination, because from here the carbonyl compound is getting reduced to a this carbon nitrogen bond, and after that this is reduced to this amine. This amine is getting reduced to this amine. So this is your reductive amination. Next, this is here we have taken example of this benzaldehyde, and this benzaldehyde in the presence of this ammonia, it is reduced to this carbon nitrogen bond, and there is after that this amine is getting reduced, and there is a formation of this benzyl amine. This benzyl amine is formed from here. So this is also your amine. So the synthetic utility of the reaction can be gauged from the fact that the reaction can be carried out in a single step. This reaction is occurring in a single step by hydrogenating the solution containing both ammonia, amine, and carbonyl compound along with the hydrogenation catalyst. And the intermediate imine that is this is forming during the reaction is not isolated, but is reduced under the condition of the reaction, because amines are reduced much more rapidly than carbonyl compound. So here this whole reaction is occurring in a single step, where there is a presence of this carbonyl compound and also this ammonia and also this imine. So here and with this also hydrogenation catalyst, along with this hydrogenation catalyst, and this intermediate imine is formed, is not get isolated, and because this amine is reduced, means are reduced, this amines are reduced much more rapidly compared to this carbonyl compound. So these because here that is why they're from this carbonyl compound, because these carbonyl compounds are less not rapidly, but lesser reduced. That is why firstly they are converted to these amines, which are much more rapidly reduced, and these are reduced to form your amines. And the synthetic utility of the reaction can be gauged from the fact that the reaction can be carried out in a single step by hydrogenating the solution containing both ammonia, carbonyl compound along with this hydrogenated catalyst, and there is an intermediate amine formed during this reaction is not isolated, but is reduced under the condition of the reaction, because amines are reduced much more rapidly than the carbonyl compound. Here you have seen the example of this, and here we are reacting with this primary amine, and there is a amine is formed which is not isolated and get reduced to form a diethyl amine. So there is a formation of the secondary compound. Next, the mechanism. You can see here the mechanism. See here the O will withdraw the electron from here from this carbon, and this carbon will get the positive charge. And this nitrogen is having the lone pair. That is why it gets reacted to this positive charge. And this O is having the negative charge. So here the proton transfer will take place. And you can see here this hydrogen will remove out from here, and it will get reacted to this water molecule. And after that from this water molecule, this H is get reduced to here. It will get transferred from this H is transferred from this OH. After that, this OH is again hydronium ion, it takes the hydrogen from here. So here it will get the OH2. So this is your water molecule, and this water molecule is removed out from here. And this lone pair, which is having the nitrogen, this form a bond with this carbon atom. So you can see a positive charge on this nitrogen because this carbon is having a positive charge. That is why this lone pair will form a bond between carbon and nitrogen. So here you can see again this H is removed from here, and here there is a formation of this imine, and after that it is hydrogenated, and there is a formation of this amine. This amine is formed from here in the presence of this catalyst, lithium aluminum hydride, or in the presence of nickel and hydrogen. Next, all category of amines are synthesized by this process. When reaction carried out with the ammonia, the product is primary amine. With primary amine, the product is your secondary amine. And with secondary amine, the product is your tertiary amine. So here you can see here we have taken a primary amine which is reacted with this ketone. And after that, there is a formation of this amine. And this amine is hydrogenated, and there is a formation of this secondary amine. This is your secondary amine. And you can see here the secondary amine again is reacted with this ketone and then reduced to form a tertiary amine. Fifth is your reduction of nitro compound. So here nitro group can easily be reduced to primary amine either by a catalytic hydrogenation or with the combination of finely divided metal powders and mineral acid. So here you can see this is your nitro compound, and here this is reduced to a primary amine in the presence of this hydrogen, or you can take a metal catalyst, that is your nickel, platinum, and palladium. And here active metals like ferric, Fe, Sn, Zn, or H plus. So here we have taken the example of this nitrobenzene, that is your para. On this para position there is a tertiary butyl. So here you can its name is your P tertiary butyl nitrobenzene. This is your nitrobenzene, and if it is reduced by this hydrogenation, and in the presence of this platinum and this ethanol, and there is a formation of this aniline. So here NO2 is get reduced to this NH2. This is an aniline, and this tertiary will remain as it is on this on the para position. So here this is your para tertiary butyl aniline is formed. Now the sixth reaction, that is your immunolysis of alcohol. So here in this alcohol is reacted with this ammonia in the presence of this alumina, and alumina is here a catalyst, and at the temperature of this 623 Kelvin, and here you can see there is a formation of this primary amine. So here this is known as immunolysis. Immunolysis is ammonia lysis, breaking of this ammonia. Next, by heating a mixture of alcohol, we are heating the alcohol and the ammonia in a sealed tube. In a sealed tube, in the presence of this copper, chromite, or alumina as a catalyst. So here we can take a copper chromite, or you can take an alumina as a catalyst, and there is a formation of this primary, or you can say the secondary or the tertiary amines are produced. Next is your Hoffman reagent. So here you will see the reaction involves treatment of primary amides, and here this amides with bromine or bichlorine in the presence of an alkyl. These are yielding a primary amine. So here a primary amine is formed, and this amine formed by this method contain one carbon. Here these amines are taking a one carbon and less than the parent compound. Here you can see here this is your amides RCONH2. We are reacting with this bromine, that is your halogen, and in the presence of the alkali, that is your sodium hydroxide, and we are getting here this amine, and here also sodium bromide and sodium carbonate and water molecules involved. So here you can see here we have taken an example of this acetamide. We have taken acetamide, and with this acetamide we have heated air bromine. plus NaOH, and we are getting here amine, that is your primary amine, that is your CH3NH2, and here NaBr is formed, and Na2CO3 is formed, and H2O is formed, and here we are getting here primary amine. So the amine formed by this method contain one carbon less than the parent compound. Next here, the mechanism. In your mechanism, you can see here on this amide, this nitrogen is having a lone pair. After that, this OH negative, that is the nucleophile that will attack this nitrogen. This nitrogen will lose its electron to this nitrogen, and there is a two pair of electrons. So here, nitrogen is getting the negative charge, and this will so from here, this water molecule evolved out. So here you can see either it can form a bond with this nitrogen. Here is the resonance occurring between this lone pair and this double bond. So here, after that, this nitrogen is having this negative charge. This bromine will one bromine will withdraw electron from the another bromine. So that is why this bromine is having the a deficiency of electron. So here this nitrogen will attack this bromine will get attached to this nitrogen because it is having a lone pairs. So here you can see here there is a formation of this N-bromoamide. After that, again this OH negative nucleophile get attached to this hydrogen proton, and this proton will react with this OH negative, and nitrogen will withdraw electron from here. So here you can see there is a formation of this. After that, here you can see that this bromine will also withdraw from here. This bromine will withdraw from here the electrons, and this nitrogen and carbon will form a double bond bond. So here there is a formation of this isocyanide. So here isocyanide is formed. After that, this again this nucleophile, that is your OH, it get reacted to this carbon, and this carbon will get the OH. After that, there is a removal of this proton and addition of this proton. So here this proton is removed out from here. So here and there is the addition of this proton from here this nitrogen. From this proton comes from this water molecule. So here this proton will attach to this nitrogen, and there is a formation of this carbamate ion, and this carbamate ion, from this carbamate ion again this OH will remove out from here, and this H will react with this here, and this CO2 will get removed from here. So there is a formation of this OH negative ion. Okay, after that CHCO2, carbon dioxide is formed, and here you can see here primary amine is formed. So here you can see primary amine is formed from this Hofmann rearrangement. Next is your Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. So here you will see the reaction is one of the convenient method for the synthesis of aliphatic as well as aryl alkyl primary amines. And here you will see the reaction starts with the free conversion of this phthalimide to its potassium salt by reacting it with potassium hydroxide. The salt formed has a negatively charged nitrogen atom which acts as a nucleophile and attack the alkyl group of the alkyl halide in an SN2 type process, and imide a diacyl derivative of amine. Hydrolysis by aqueous acid or base yield the desired amine. So here you can see this phthalimide. This is your phthalimide, and this is reacting with this potassium hydroxide, and there is a formation of this N-ethyl phthalimide. So here you will see this potassium get attached to this, because this nitrogen, from this nitrogen, this hydrogen is removed out, and this will react with this OH. There is a removal of this water molecule, and then after that this nitrogen is having the negative charge and potassium is having the positive charge. That is why here you can see here N negative and K positive is formed. And this is the resonance structure forming three resonance structure you can see here. In the first you can see the O will withdraw electron from this double bond, and nitrogen will give the here the nitrogen will give the electron. So here there is a formation of this double bond, and Here this this lone pair again here will give electrons, so there is a formation of the double bond, and this oxygen will withdraw electrons, so oxygen will carry the negative charge. So here this is formed first this is formed, after that this process is formed. So this is your resonance between the lone pair and the double bond. After that, this ethyl alkyl halide, this is your ethyl chloride. This ethyl chloride will react with this nitrogen, and this Cl will removed out from here. The Cl will get the negative charge, and this C2H5 will get the positive charge. So this positive will react with the negative of this nitrogen, and there is a formation of this in ethylamide. And here there is a removal of this KCl. KCl get removed out from here. After that, this is hydrolyzed, and this there is a formation of this. This product is formed, and plus this ethylamine are formed. This N is removed out from here, and this OH from here. This H is COH is formed. COH is formed here, and here ethylamine is formed. So this is your Gabriel ethylamide synthesis, and in this reaction here there is a synthesis of the aliphatic, or you can say the aryl alkyl primary amine is formed, and the reaction is the conversion of this ethylamide to this potassium salt by reacting with the potassium hydroxide, and there is a formation of this primary amine. Next, reaction of amine. So here these are the chemical reactions that are formed from this amine. So first reaction is your reaction of amine and acid will give the amine salt. So here you will see the aniline is reacted with this HCl, and there is a formation of this benzene ammonium chloride. So amine salt is composed of two types of ions, that is a protonated amine cation, and secondly it is the anion derivative from this acid. So here you can see the anion is derived from this acid. So here this is a formation of this benzene ammonium chloride. Next is reaction with the nitrous acid. So here you can see the nitrous acid is unstable and is prepared in situ by the reaction of dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4 with sodium nitrile in the absence of heat. So this is your sodium nitrate, and this sodium nitrate is reacted with this HCl, and there is a formation of this NaCl in aqueous. After that, this is reacted with this nitrous acid. And nitrous acid can be used to differentiate primary, secondary, and tertiary aliphatic amines. So here primary aromatic amines is heated with the cold HNO2, that is your nitrous acid, and dissolved in dilute HCl. So this solution is dissolved in the HCl and at 5 degrees Celsius temperature, and here we get a formation of this benzene diazonium chloride, which is your salt is formed, diazonium salt is formed, and when this salt is heated at a room temperature, then there is a evolution of this nitrogen gas, and the nitrogen gas is evolved out from here. Now here you will see the tertiary aromatic amine when react with this nitrous acid at 5 degrees centigrade by undergoing substitution at the para. So here there will be a substitution at the para position of this tertiary aromatic amine, and to form nitrosoaniline. So here nitrosoaniline is formed, which will give you a yellow precipitate. Here NO plus is a weak electrophile and participate in electrophilic aromatic substitution. So here you can see the formation of NO plus from HNO2. So here this is your HNO2, and from here this hydrogen proton will react with this, and you can see here this will get attached to it, and after that here there is a removal of this water molecule, and this NO will get the positive sign. It means it is a weak electrophile, and there is a formation of this nitrosyl cation is formed. Next is your acylation. So here in the acylation, the aliphatic and the aromatic primary and secondary amines that will react with this acid chloride and anhydride and esters by the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Here, the nucleophile will react with this amine, and this amine, there will be a substitution in this reaction, and this reaction is known as acylation. And you can consider the reaction as a replacement of hydrogen. Yes, here from this, the hydrogen is replaced by the NH hydrogen is replaced, this hydrogen atom is replaced from this NH2 or NH group by the acyl group, and the product obtained, and here the product which will be obtained is formed by the acylation reaction, and this is known as your amides. And the reaction is carried out in the presence of, and here this reaction is carried out in the presence of base stronger than the amine, and like pyridine, and which remove HCl, so formed and shift the equilibrium, like pyridine which remove HCl, so formed and shift the equilibrium to the right hand side. So here you will see in the acylation, this this aniline is reacted with this ethynyl chloride, and there is a form, and this H is replaces from here, and there is a formation of this amide. So here amide is formed from this amine. So from amine, the amide is formed. Next, the amide is less powerful activating group than the simple amino group, and NH2 since resonance within the N-acetyl group of the amide compete with the delocalization of the N-loc pair into the ring, and steric effect in the amide also often lead to a decrease in the amount of the ortho product. So here you can see there is a steric effect. The amide also often decrease in the amount of the ortho product. So here ortho product is decreased, and the amide is less powerful activating agent. This amide, because from this NHCU group is attached, that is why this is your amide, and this amide is your less powerful activating agent than the simple amine group. Next, the group NaCOCH3. NaCOCH3 NaCOCH3 is less powerful ortho and para directors because of the electron withdrawing character of the oxygen makes nitrogen a poor source of electron. This fact is made use in preparing monosubstituted aniline. So here NH2 group is such a powerful activator that substitution occur at all available ortho and para position of aniline. So here you have seen that this aniline is reacted with this acetate, the CH3CO2O, and here this is in the presence of your pyridine, and here there is a formation of this acetanilide, and this acetanilide is reacted with this HNO3 H2SO4 at the 288 degree Kelvin. There is a formation of this p-nitroacetanilide, and here this is reacted with this hydrolyzing, and there is a formation of this p-nitroaniline. So here the substituent of this amine, aromatic amine, is formed from the aniline. Next, amines also react with benzoyl chloride. So this is your benzoyl chloride. So aniline is reacted to this benzoyl chloride in the presence of this NaOH, and there is a formation of this benzoyl analyde plus NaCl plus H2, and this reaction is known as benzoylation. Next, ring halogenation of primary amine. So when a bromine water is added to amine, at room temperature, there is a formation of this tribromoaniline, which is a bright white precipitate. So here you can see, and this reaction is used for the test of for aniline. Next, the synthesis and synthetic uses of aryl diazonium salt. So here these aryl diazonium salts are prepared by treating primary amines with this NaNO2 in presence of concentrated HCl, the temperature being at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. If the temperature has to be taken care of, and if the temperature exceeds 5 degrees, the reaction will not take place. So here we are discussing the synthesis, and we also discuss about the synthetic uses of this aryl diazonium salt. So in this, these aryl diazonium salts are prepared this dry. This is the aryl diazonium salt, which is prepared. We can prepare it by treating it with primary amine, or you can also take your aryl amine, that is your aniline, or your primary amine, and this is happen in the presence of your concentrated HCl, this HCl or HNO3 nitric acid, and this temperature should be low, up to 5 degrees centigrade. If this temperature exceeded above this 5 degrees centigrade, then the reaction will not take place, and there is no formation of this aryl diazonium salt. So we have to take care that the temperature should not exceed to 5 degrees centigrade. It should be low. It should be between this 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. So here, what we have taken a primary amine, or you can take a aryl amine and get reacted it in the presence of this HCl, concentrated HCl, or you can also take here HNO3, which is a nitric acid, at the temperature 0 degrees centigrade, and there is a formation of this aryl amine, this diazonium salt is formed. So here, this is the mechanism. Here we have taken the nitric acid and the hydronium ion, and there after that there is a formation of this, and there is a formation of this NO. And after that, this NO, which is your nitrosonium ion, this nitrosonium ion is produced from this nitric acid and hydronium ion. And this nitrosium ion is then reacted with this aniline. And after that, when this react with this aniline, there is a formation of this N-phenyl nitrosoamine. And after that, this nitrosoamine will react with this concentrated HCl, and there is a formation of this intermediate is formed. After that, this intermediate is converted to this intermediate, and there is a formation of this intermediate. So you can see here again this HCl, from this HCl, this H will react from here, and from here this water molecule is removed out, and there is a formation of this aryl diazonium salt. So aryl diazonium salt is formed here from this mechanism. So here primary aromatic amines are used as a starting material for the manufacturing of azo dyes. So if we have to prepare this azo dyes, then we will take a primary aromatic amines, and azo compound bearing the functional group. So azo compounds are the compounds that are having the functional group R, N, and R dash, in which R and R dash can be either aryl or your alkyl. And N double bond N group is your azo group, and NH is your diamine. So this is your diamine, this is your azo group. And when the compound is having this NH N double bond N there, and there is a presence of this either alkyl or aryl, these are the azo compounds. Next, aryl azo compounds have vivid colors, especially because these are the dyes, especially red, orange, yellow, and amines react with this sodium nitrite and the nitric third acid to form diazonium, which can undergo a coupling reaction, and there is a formation of this azo compound. So here you will see this aryl azo compound, these amines are reacting with this sodium nitrate or nitric acid, and there is a formation of this there is a formation of the coupling reaction, and there is a formation of this azo compounds. Next, this is an example. This is sodium nitrate, and when aniline is reacted with the sodium nitrate and the presence of HCl at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, there is a formation of this benzene diazonium plus NaCl plus 2 H2O. And here you will see this diazonium salt when reacted with this naphthol, beta naphthol, there is a formation of this diazonium 2-naphthol aniline dye is formed here, which is your orange red dye. So the uses of this azo compounds. So the azo compounds are highly colored, and they are widely used in the dyeing industries. That gives the color methyl orange, direct brown 138, sunset yellow, FCF, and methyl orange is used as an acid-base indicator due to the different color of their acid and salt form. And artists paint also clay, yellow to red ranges, and dyes in food and textile uses are important of azo dyes. An example of this azo dyes used in food. The azo dyes which are used in foods are this E102, that is your tartrazine, E107, that is your yellow 2G, E110 is your sunset yellow, and these are also used in the pharmaceutical industries also. And E122 azorubine, E123 is your amaranth, E124 is your Poncio 4R, E129 is your Elora red, E151 is your brilliant black color. So these are some of the questions related to this topic. And the first is your aniline is usually purified by which of the following method? So the answer is your A. By the steam distillation, the aniline is purified. Next, what are A and B in the given sequence respectively? So here, what will be the A and the B forms? So the answer is your B, nitro compound and your phenylamine. So in A product formed from this benzene is your nitro compound, and after that, with this reaction, there is a formation of this phenylamine. Next is your which reducing agent is used for the reduction of nitro compound to phenylamine. So here, which reducing agent is used for the nitro compound to phenylamine? This is your HCl, stannous, and your HCl. What is the known name of the reaction given below? So what is the name of this reaction? This reaction is Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Next is your what is the known name of the reaction given below? That is your Ullmann reaction. Next is your what is the known name of the reaction given below? That is your Chan-Lam coupling. Which type medium is required for the formation of aniline by reaction of aryl bromic acid and HAS? That is your basic aqueous. Now, what will be the product of the following reaction? So here the reaction product will be your tertiary aromatic amine. So here in the direct amination of alkyl and aryl phenol brononate to form aromatic amine, which of the following is used as a reagent with phenol? That is your lithinate methoxyamine. Which statement is an incorrect statement? That is your the methylamine is less basic than your methylamine. So these are the references of this topic. So you can study this topic from here, and the aromatic amines unit is your completed from this. Next, we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Thank you so much.